So today we're going to be talking about all the different email providers available. My goal is to help you win with cold email, especially from an infrastructure point of view. So we're going to be comparing deliverability, the cost, what their backend systems look like, where if they really fail, the risks of certain infrastructures, and we can also be talking about like why or if they fail after a few months. So lot of information about cold email available. It can get overwhelming if you're new. And what I've seen is like some people don't talk about it from a holistic perspective. So what that means is like they get some early success and then they keep on using that same thing for 6 months, even though it stops working after a couple of months. Or what they're gonna do is like they get like one bad campaign and like they're just gonna like shit on the infrastructure at all. You need multiple tests to actually do this correctly. Other thing is like I've heard a lot of stories about like, hey, infrastructure is hard. You can never really land in the inbox. That's not really true. You need like a good, stable, reliable infrastructure to do this. We'll talk about that. And another thing is that the market's changing really fast. So you need to have a proactive rather than a reactive approach. And there's a huge first mover advantage to cold email. So there's first movers and then everyone really kind of trickles down. And if you're coming in late, chances are that like the best parts of that certain thing are gone when it comes to cold email. And once Google and Outlook find out what's happening, they make changes. So we've been testing all infrastructures for the past 8 months, kind of came with our own conclusion. This is what's happening. So look at this, like our new infra here received like 5.37% reply rates and 30% positive reply. I think it's of 5.37. The old infra, on the other hand, is receiving 1.29%, same copy, same lead list, and the mix was 3.75, where most of it came from the new infra. So we've had a clear winner. We've shifted all our clients from what we were doing earlier. And let's dive deep into the breakdown here. So let's start off with like Google Workspace. Extremely popular, great deliverability. A lot of our clients, like at least a portion of the inboxes, are still with Google Workspace, but a very tedious setup. There's fingerprinting, you need different credit cards, verifications, 2FA, proxies. So you need to have like headless browsers and stuff like that. Random disconnects, that's kind of annoying and really expensive. So I think Google updated their pricing recently. From like mid May, it's going to be even more expensive, around $8 per account or something. Microsoft 365 used to be king at one point, but now they just have bad deliverability. Don't recommend this to anyone. A very tedious setup, same as Google Workspace, random disconnects, and again, expensive. Jumping on to Google authorized resellers. This one's really hot right now because it's cheap, 1.5 by 2.5. A very easy setup. They'll set up like Slack or WhatsApp for you. You give their domains, set up name servers, and that's it. But they've been doing a lot of shady shit. So like they have centralized accounts. So that means that like all their clients, and that's like hundreds and hundreds of clients, are in one central account. So once they get hit, everyone goes down. Some of them use like black hat techniques like edu panels. So they'll register themselves as an like institution, like a university or something in a third world country, and then just like get free panels from Google. Doesn't work, gets banned very quickly. Some of them get you on like put 300 domains in one panel. These are either like old panels or they're just abusing what they've gotten, and like that goes down. So very, very unreliable, extremely fast burnout, and just like not a good experience holistic, like just wastes a lot of time. Then comes Microsoft Azure. So a bunch of providers reselling this as well. They've had great deliverability. Like they won the best delivery 6 to 3 months ago, but now deliverability is unreliable because like Outlook's falling and they're kind of getting the whole share of it. Again, centrally located, black hat, the mid range $4 to $5. I've been getting mixed reports. Like some people are facing major deliverability issues. They're kind of okay, but like unreliable to add into your mix. And then comes like the SMTP, which are private infrastructures. So they're automated setups. So most of them have a dashboard. That's great. They're very cheap, $1 to $3 per account. But some of them are white label solutions to like really, really cheap email providers. So some of them are decent, but unreliable deliverability again, because they use shared IPs, shared servers, very easy IP burn because it's hard to maintain your IP's reputation, and there's no accountability because like It's just like buying IPs from somewhere else. They're not switching your IP, sharing IP. So like if you get bad performance, suppose just like, yeah, I tried changing your copy. Sorry, it sucks. It happened. So again, like kind of like a mixed thing. So what I've been doing for the past 10 months is, hey, like how can we take the best of every service and create something very reliable? That's when I met this guy. His name's Prabhu, 22 years of experience, been a game developer, absolute genius, worked with IPs, proxies, consulted in the early email days. So a very, very smart individual. And he came up with a solution of like, hey, like, let's combine all the strengths together. And I partnered with him. So here's what my new results look like. So if you see first picture, error send, 2% reply rate compared to 0.33, 0.96 here. Actually, this is lower sending volume, so it's kind of crazy. Here we're getting 11, 12% reply rates, and here like 5.66% reply rates. And like the other picture that you saw, so like that's been doing really well as well. And the whole principle is like, hey, like with AeroSend, you get the best deliverability there is, just because like it's dedicated servers, dedicated IPs. We built like somewhat of a self-optimizing engine, and I'll explain what that means, which means like it's proactive and like it kind of like tailors itself to market conditions. There's automated setup, so you just go get a dashboard, you click on it, you set it up. Very cheap, $3 per account. And there's also premium Warmup available for like, hey, if you need that extra edge deliverability, if you have a small TAM and stuff like that. So this what's been working very well in the market. And like I'll explain what self-optimizing engine means. So what we learned was like whether it comes to warm-up pools, whether it comes to servers, what's working today will not work 3 weeks from now, even 2 weeks from now. So when we're aging IPs, when Aerosend ages IPs, we start aging them on like 6 to 7 different warm providers. So Smartly, Instantly, Mailshake, Warmup Inbox, Warmy, and a couple more. And then with SMTP, you can track the backend. So we're tracking, hey, like the bounces that's happening, the average domain age, whether it's going to Google Workspace or like other SMTP providers, and then we're tailoring sending volumes in real time depending on that. So let's say like Smartly has been performing really well. 1 week you get send more emails on the Smartly warm up compared to others, and then you just do it forever. So the other thing, same concept holds true with servers. So if one server is performing really well, you switch out the backend and put it in that server and just enjoy deliverability for the long run. So yeah, that's like a core separating point for Aerosend that's been working really well. And the other thing is like, hey, like deliverability comes with two concepts. One is like, I mean, sure, one is like starting with high deliverability. So you need to make sure that you're up there. And then second is maintaining that deliverability over time, which a lot of people don't think about and like face consequences. So how do you start with high deliverability? For that, we're using dedicated servers, dedicated IPs, aged IPs, like just a really good system from the backend. So you start pretty high. And then to maintain that deliverability, what we're doing is like we're tracking your IP performance in the backend. So anytime it starts going down, we switch out your IPs dynamically. The other thing that we're doing is like we're tracking individual domain performance. So if your domain's burning out, getting marked as spam a lot, we find that out and send you email saying like, hey, either slow down sending or replace that domain. It's not going to repair itself. Same thing using the self-optimizing system with servers. So yeah, so that's kind of like what I would recommend. Hey, like test this out. This has been working really well for us. It will for you too. And if you want to schedule, like you can go to the website directly. I'll link it in the description. Or if you just want to schedule a 15-minute call to help you onboard, we can do that as well.